My bangs are so long. Look at that. Don't worry guys, I'm getting my first post-COVID haircut tomorrow. So like, you only have to look at this manginess much longer. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me and also chatting about buying and selling with Fashionphile. The reason the lighting's all off, I'm just using the lighting from my vanity here, and I'm decided to do this as like a get ready with me, like chatty sort of thing, is honestly because it's about 1,000 degrees in my apartment and the thought of breaking out all of my lights and sitting there made me want to kill myself. So we're gonna do this instead. Out of my comfort zone. This is like a true get ready with me. I've got nothing on my face right now. The only thing I did was brush my hair out. Like, this is what my hair looks like out of my sleep bun, and I have my bangs pinned back right now also. Yes, that is Diet Coke cans behind me. That is the reality of living in an apartment that you've outgrown. You have to make use of all of the space that you possibly can. So without any further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to get started with these Collagen Eye Masks. I talked about them in my April favorites video. I genuinely love these things. I'm like going back and forth between looking at my viewfinder and looking at my mirror. So this is an experiment. If we don't like it, we don't like it. But I wanted to film something and I didn't want to get my lights out. So work smarter, not harder, right? The reason that I wanted to talk about Fashionphile today is honestly because I talk a lot about luxury on a budget, and I've also mentioned like kind of my turnoffs, if you will, about the pre-loved market. I usually leave these on about 15 to 20 minutes, so we'll go from there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Vegamore Grow Serum. It's also in my April favorites video, and I'm still very happy with it. So anyway, I've talked about my kind of disdain for pre-loved, and it's not that I really like have anything against pre-loved itself. It's just that like here on my channel, I feel like I talk about luxury for people who, I don't know how to word this, like not people who don't have a lot of money, but like people who are not the, you know, Lux Mommy, Mel and Melbournes of the world, not like the Sophie Showheads, like people who don't go out every weekend and buy new stuff, not because they don't want to, but just because like we're normal people. Like this is something that we enjoy, but like we have jobs and bills and kids, and I don't have kids, but you know, all that other kind of stuff. Designer handbags are legit like a luxury for us. So it's not that I have anything against pre-loved in general, it's just that I feel like when you're not buying things so often, or if you are like looking for your first kind of luxury thing, the process of going into a boutique or even like ordering online, you know, like say you're like going to Louis Vuitton and you're buying, I have a great example, I have it right up here. You're going to buy your first piece, it's going to be a 6-ring key holder. It's not going to feel the same if you buy it pre-loved as if you go to the store and you buy the key holder and they give you this orange box and it's got the ribbon and it's a whole thing. You pull it open and unbox it and there's the dust bag. There's nothing in here, this is empty. So that's kind of like why I've talked about pre-loved the way that I have on my channel. It's not because there's anything wrong with pre-loved. I think that it's actually like a really great way to buy luxury. But when you're buying your first bag, or you're only buying like every once in a while, I feel like maybe going to the store might be more special or whatever. So today I'm going to backtrack on some of the stuff that I said. I'm going to talk about Fashionphile because I have ordered from Fashionphile. I think it's a great place to buy pre-loved. I've bought pre-loved stuff from eBay and I bought it from Fashionphile. I've never bought pre-loved anywhere else, but that being said, I would 100% recommend Fashionphile if you're gonna go the pre-loved market, and there's a lot of reasons why. The first reason is like probably the most important. It's the authentication process. They really make sure that everything that they have is authentic. Everything goes through a rigorous process. They have tons of information on their website about how they go through everything, how they decide whether something is real or not, that whole thing. So when you're buying from Fashionphile, as opposed to like buying from eBay or something like that, or like, you know, Poshmark or anything like that, you know what you're getting is real. That's really, really important. I have made the mistake, I've talked about it before, I have a Lady Dior that I bought from eBay that I'm like 99% sure is fake, and I'm just too afraid to find out for real, because then it's like, okay, I just wasted all this money on nothing. I did not do my research. I did not think that went through. But when you're buying from Fashionphile, you don't have to worry about that. You know that what you're getting is real. That's the most important thing. If you're going to be buying pre-loved, you want to make sure that what you're buying is legit. So the next reason that I think that Fashionphile is a really great place to buy from is that you can sort things like not only by budget, but by and this one is a really big thing for me. You can sort things by condition. This is the way I've used Fashionphile in the past. I go on Fashionphile. I'm like, you know what? I feel like buying something. You know, I have a little bit of money saved up. I want to go the pre-loved route because I don't have a lot. I want to spend $1,000. So what you can do then, go on, you set your budget to $1,000. They actually have a whole section of like handpicked stuff under $1,000, which I think is awesome as well. I feel like when you do it like that, when you're just going by budget, like you might end up looking through like a bunch of like crap, for lack of a better word, like stuff that's like not really, maybe it's got like marks or smells or something like that. It's really old, whatever. What you can do, you can set your budget, and then you can also set your condition type. You can say, I only want to spend $1,000, but I only want stuff that's in really good condition. So they have like brand new, giftable, excellent, very good, good, fair. They don't really sell anything that's like total crap. Like they want to make money too, you know what I mean? So when you sort it through that way, you'll see all the stuff that they have that's under $1,000. Say you don't want anything less than excellent, right? Everything under $1,000 that's in excellent condition, they'll have listed for you right there. So you can sort through and see everything that's in that condition that's within your budget. That's your options. I love that about Fashionphile because I kind of feel like, you know that episode of Sex and the City where Miranda meets that guy with the kid at the gym and she's like, I don't buy antiques, I don't go thrift shopping, is it too much to ask that he not be used? That's kind of how I feel about stuff, which is probably really bratty, but it just is what it is. That's why I like Fashionphile, because you can choose the condition of, you know, what you're willing to sort of spend your money on, right? Then I come in with the Kiehl's Dark Circle under eye cream. Fashionphile will also show you like the stuff that comes with the bag. So not only like does it come with the strap, does it come with all the hardware, you know, it'll also show you, does it come with a dust bag, does it come with a box? I am such a loser in that way that like I keep all of my boxes and my dust bags and stuff. I use them as decoration, which I know makes me super lame, but whatever, I do it anyway. So that's a big thing for me. If I'm buying pre-loved, I want to make sure it at least has a box. So I think that all of that stuff is really important if you are really like, I don't want to say insistent, but if it's important to you, like even if you're buying pre-loved, to get as close to, you know, like the in-store experience as you possibly can. But the other thing that's really cool about Fashionphile is that even if you don't care about any of that stuff, like for me at this point, like I've been to the in-store, like I bought stuff in store, I've got all like that kind of stuff. If I'm just looking to buy something pre-loved, like it's not as important to me that it comes with like the boxes and the ribbons and all that kind of stuff. Even if it doesn't have that, whether it does or not, Fashionphile still does make it like a really special experience. Like they have their own kind of packaging that's super cute. They really do make it an experience, even if it's not, you know, exactly the same as when you are, you know, in store at Louis Vuitton or whatever. It's really exciting anyway. You know, you open it up, there's like confetti, they send you stickers, you get your dust bag. They really do make it a special experience, and I love that about Fashionphile. I think it's really great. My hair is like really not wanting to curl today, which is kind of annoying, but like whatevs. I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, those are just my opinions on Fashionphile and like buying from it. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I've talked a lot of shit on buying pre-loved, but there's seriously nothing wrong with it. Actually, it's probably preferable. You can save a lot of money. It's way more sustainable. It's a great option as long as you're making an informed decision, and Fashionphile makes it so easy to make an informed decision. By the way, this is not sponsored. I know I say that all the time as if anybody would ever sponsor me to say anything, but like just in case, like this isn't sponsored. I'm just talking, like whatever. So now that I've kind of talked you all through my opinions on Fashionphile, let me tell you about my experience buying from Fashionphile. I have bought 2 bags from Fashionphile. I no longer own either bag. The fact that I don't own either of those bags anymore has nothing to do with Fashionphile or the experience or like the condition that they came in. It all just has to do with me buying something to buy something, not thinking about whether I actually liked them or would use them, and they were just collecting dust in my closet. So this is what happens when you're 27 and you don't sleep at night. So during lockdown last year, like March, April, I was sad buying a lot of things. Some of the things that I was sad buying was handbags. I mentioned I bought my Gucci fanny pack. That one I actually bought from the Gucci store. Well, I bought it online, but I bought it from Gucci. I bought 2 bags from Fashionphile. I bought a Gucci Nymphaea, I don't know if that's how you say it, bag. And I bought a Fendi double baguette with an owl on it. By the way, that was just the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow duo. I bought those bags. I bought both of them because I just thought they were super cute. Like, There's no other reason. I thought they were cute. I had some extra money. I bought them. I loved the experience of buying from Fashionphile because, like I said, I could sort things the way I wanted them. I got both of those in excellent condition. They came with the dust bags, the box, the whole shebang. They arrived super, super quickly. This is my everyday palette. I need a new one because you can see my preferred colors are rotting away. I'm pretty sure both of them arrived within like 2 days. They came. The boxes were super cute. Like I said, confetti. They come with their own dust bags. Fashionphile dust bags, which are awesome to use for shoes, by the way. The whole shebang. I did get some use out of both of them, even though we were like in lockdown and not really doing anything during that time. This is I talked about this in my April favorites, the Charlotte Tilbury Feline Flick eyeliner. After a while, I probably wore each of them like twice in public. They were just sitting in my closet and I liked having them to say that I had them, but I wasn't getting any use out of them. And I'm not one to like go out of my way to try to sell something. I get really like emotionally attached to my things, so like that sounds really sad, but like I'm not gonna go like on eBay and be like, oh here, like I have this thing, buy it for me. So this is where Fashionphile comes back in again. They actually have a buyback program, which I didn't even realize when I bought my stuff. So I forget like what the length of time is. If you go on their website, it will tell you. If you buy something from them, you can keep it for a certain amount of time, and as long as you keep it in like the same condition as what you bought it for, they'll buy it back from you. Not for exactly what you paid for it, but am I the only person on earth still using Too Faced Better Than Sex? I've tried so many mascaras. This is the only one that does it. I want to say it's like 60%, maybe 70% of what you paid for it. And they'll remind you, like you don't have to go out of your way to remember that. So anyway, they sent me an email for both of those things, like, hey, your buyback timeline is coming up. Do you want to keep these bags or do you want to sell them back to us? And that was such a game changer for me because, like I said, like I would never go out of my way to sell something. But when they sent me that email, I was like, yeah, I do want to sell these back. Like I don't want them anymore. I'm not getting the use out of them. I want them to go to someone who will really actually love them. By the way, like not having my glasses on is like a super insecurity of mine. So like this whole thing has been like, I don't even know if I'm gonna post it. Eek. So anyway, they sent me the email. They were like, we'll buy this back from you. I was like, that's fantastic. Get a little bit of my money back. For me, honestly, it wasn't even about the money. It was just about the fact that I wasn't getting the use out of them. And like, I knew somebody else would. The Fendi, that one was just so weird. And I loved it because it made me feel like Carrie Bradshaw. But like, also, it was just too weird. Like, I couldn't style it with anything. And the Gucci, that one, I actually did really like because it had the bamboo like top handle, and you guys know how I feel about a top handle. It did come with a crossbody strap with like the Gucci web, so I love that. The problem with that bag was that the magnet was so strong because it was a magnet opening on either side. It could take a finger off. Like it was so hard to get in and out of. I would legitimately get scared. Like I would open it up to get something out, I would pull the thing out and then like let go, like a mouse trap. It was so strong. So like it wasn't conducive to like anything. So yeah, this video isn't really like advice or tips or anything like that. It's actually not really anything. I'm just like kind of chatting away here. I just figured, since I know a lot of you who watch my channel are kind of like beginners to luxury, I wanted to come on here and talk about Fashionphile because even though I have talk shit about Pre-Loved in the past, I want you to know that there are really great options out there and that there are places that really try to make the experience like as special as humanly possible, because it should be. When you're spending that much money on something, it should be a special occasion. And just because you're buying Pre-Loved doesn't mean you should sacrifice any of that. I think Fashionphile does a really great job at that, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So here we are. Got our hair done, we've got our full face done. Should I get dressed? Nah, I'm not gonna get dressed, forget it. I don't feel like putting clothes on just for the sake of a video. Look, this is real life, guys. Like I'm not gonna fake it for you guys. I'm not gonna fake it. It's gonna be the real deal every single time. So that is it for today's video. I hope I gave you guys a little bit of information on buying from Fashionphile and my experience. But yeah, I hope you guys didn't hate this different kind of style that I've got going on too much, and I will see you guys very soon at my next video. Bye! This is what we look like in pure daylight. I should have filmed over here. Who needs a professional light setup when you've got daylight and a crying cat?